Good morning, children. Welcome back. Before we broke off these few days, we had completed the role of the central bank, okay, and the functions of the central bank, like currency authority, banker to the government, bankers, bank supervisors, lenders, classes, so all that we had completed. Today, we are going to take up a very important topic, which is money creation by the commercial bank. The heading is money creation by the commercial bank. Okay. Money creation by the commercial bank, which is normally called credit creation. Now write down. Commercial banks accepts deposits from the public. Now the depositors can withdraw in part or full from their deposits by writing checks and the banks use the money for granting loans these functions of the commercial banks are the basis for deposit creation. Now, first of all, children, you must understand a commercial bank is different from the central bank. What is a commercial bank? You all know about it. A commercial bank is a financial institution which provides various financial services, such as it accepts the deposits and also it can issue loans to the public. Whereas the central bank is the apex bank, the main bank, which operates, which controls, which directs and regulates all the monetary and banking structure of the country. So the central bank does not deal with the public at large. It is the commercial bank which deals with the public. Okay. So a commercial bank is just a part or a unit of the banking structure. And central banks, the main aim of the central bank or the objective was for, let's say, primary function was general public welfare. But the aim of a commercial bank is always to make profits. So these are some differences between the commercial bank and a central bank. Now, write down again. Money creation is also known as deposit creation and credit creation. the money creation or deposit creation by the bank is determined by number one, the amount of initial deposit. First is the amount of initial deposit, and second, the legal reserve ratio, LRR. So the money creation or the deposit creation depends on two things. First is the amount of the initial deposit, and number two is the legal reserve ratio, LRR. Now LRR is made up of two things, CRR and SLR. The full form of CRR is cash reserve ratio and SLR is statutory liquidity ratio. So LRR is the sum of CRR and SLR. Now you will ask me, what is CRR? Now CRR is that part of the money which the commercial banks have to keep with the central bank. There is a part of the money from the deposits which they get from the public, which the central bank says you've got to keep this amount of money or this part of the money with us. That amount is called the CRR, cash reserve ratio. And SLR, it is that part which is kept by the commercial banks by themselves in the form of liquid cash. So you see, the amount of deposits which the people bring to the banks, the full amount is not kept by the commercial bank. The central bank regulates them, right? How do they regulate them? They said a part of the money, this amount, they give them a percentage, you will keep with us as deposits, and that part is called the CRR, cash reserve ratio. So that part of the LRR which is kept with the central bank is called CRR, and that part which is kept by the commercial banks for themselves is called the SLR. So the LRR, like I said, is the summation of CRR and SLR. Now let us see how the commercial banks create money. Okay, so we will do it with the form of a numerical example so that you will understand it well. So write down the question. Okay, let the LRR is equal to 20%. 20% of what? 20% of the fresh initial deposit. Okay, now this is decided by whom? By the central bank. So we have, let's say, table says deposits. Then second, we will have what is called as LRR, reserve. In this case, it is 20%. And in the third column, we will have loans. Loans. Okay. Now, suppose a person comes and deposits 10,000 rupees in the bank. LRR is 20%, which means the bank will give 20%, 2,000, has to send it to the central bank. And what is left? 8,000, which is left, can be given as a loan. Can be given as a loan. But what is the job of a commercial bank? Take in the money from the public and give loans. Can it give loans complete amount? No. Depends on the LRR which is given by the central bank. In this example, I said let's suppose our LRR is 20%, and a person comes and deposits 10,000. So the LRR according to that would be 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. Remains how much? 8,000 the bank can give loans. Now, when the bank gives a loan to a person, he does not give him in the form of a cash. What does he do? He opens out, the bank opens out a loan account for a person, and the money is given in the form of a check and it is deposited in that person's account. So that becomes a fresh deposit because the loan given to a person 8,000 now becomes deposit because it is given in the form of a check and an account is opened out in that person's name, so that money comes as a deposit in the bank itself. Now, 8,000, 20% will be how much? 1,600. Yes, leaving how much? 6,400 to be given as a loan. Got it? Next, when the person gets this loan, will he be given cash? No. Another account is opened for that person in his name and the money is transferred by a check. This becomes the next deposit. 6,400. 6,400. Now 20% of that would be something like 1,280. And how much is left? 5,200. No, sorry, 5,120. Now this process keeps on going on. Till where? For that, we have a formula which we can tell how much that money is going to be calculated. And that is total money creation or created by the bank will be initial deposit, which was 10,000 into 1/20%, which means 10,000 into 20/100. Hundred upon 25. Then this amount becomes 50,000. See, 10,000 into 1/20%. 1/20% is 1/20/100. 10,000 into divide becomes multiplication. Factor goes up. 100/20 is 5. 5 into 10,000 is equal to 50,000. So the deposits become 50,000. Loans become how much? 40,000. And 20% of 50,000 is 10,000. Will be the LRR. So you see, a bank from nothing will make a deposit of 50,000 simply by what we call deposit creation or money creation. And how? It all depends on the LRR, which is given by the central bank. I'm explaining again, please understand. We have three columns: deposits, LRR, which as per our example is 20%, and loans. Now when a person comes to the commercial bank, deposit the money, first initial deposit is 10,000. The bank has to take out LRR of 20%, which is 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. In other words, the bank now can use only 8,000. 10,000 minus 2, 8,000 to give a loan. It's from one person. Now in a commercial bank, there are thousands and lakhs. I'm just telling you from one account how much a bank can make deposit creation. 8,000 rupees he can give as a loan. Now, like I said, when the bank gives a loan to a person, it does not give it to him in the form of cash. Who will come to know? Procedure is the person has a loan account created where the amount is 8,000 is deposited in his account. So it is deposited in his account in the form of check, which goes into the bank again, which is again 8,000. So the second deposit becomes 8,000. Likewise, 20% of 8,000 is 1,600. That leaves the bank with how much? 6,400, which it can give to the next person as a loan. Out of 8,000, it can give a loan of 6,400. What happens to the 600 or 1,600? Goes towards the LRR bank. Likewise, the next person comes for the loan. This amount is credited into this account. That becomes a deposit, 6,400. Now 6,400 again, 20% of 6,400 is 5,120. And the loan given is, 1,280. 1,280. This is 5,120. 20% of 6,400 is 1,280, and the loans which it can give is 5,120. Sorry about that. The thing got interchanged. Now, this process will keep on going on till what figure it will make. For that, we have a formula. What is that formula? Here, total money creation is equal to initial deposit into 1 upon LRR. Initial deposit was 10,000 into 1 upon 20%. That will be 10,000 into 100 upon 20. Right? 25 are 5 times are 50,000. So in other words, it will make a deposit till it reaches 50,000. Okay, LRR is 20% of this amount, which is 10,000, and the loans will be 40,000. So you see, from nothing, the money is created by deposits creation. Okay. You can note this down. Next we come to money multiplier. Money multiplier, which is shown as small n. What is a money multiplier? Write down the definition. Money multiplier measures how many times the total deposit would be of the initial deposit which is determined by the LRR. And by formula, money multiplier is equal to 1 upon LRR. So 1 upon 20%, that will be equal to 120 5 times 5 times. Now look at this in this case. 5 times 10,000 is equal to. So money multiplier measures how many times the initial deposit, will turn which is determined by the LRR, or how many times the total deposits will be of the initial deposit, which is measured by LRR. It all depends on LRR. So this the central bank is. So what is the LRR? Money multiplier is abbreviated as small m. It is calculated as 1 upon LRR. In our example here, LRR is 20%. It means 100 upon 20, 5 times. Which means your initial deposit would be 5 times 10,005. And how do you get it? Here we just initial deposit. LRR is 20% of 50,000, is 10,000. And what about the next? 40,000 can be given as. Now this process is called the credit creation, or what is it called? The deposit creation. Is it clear, children? Now, a question could come which would ask you, why are banks required to keep a fraction of the deposit as cash reserve? Or if I frame the question in another way, I will say, what will happen to the bank if the cash withdrawals is more than cash reserves at some point of time? Can that happen? No. Now the banking experience has told us that not all the depositors approach the bank for withdrawing their money at the same point of time. And secondly, there is always a constant flow of new deposits into the banks. Therefore, to meet the daily demands, the withdrawal of cash, it is sufficient for the bank to keep only a fraction of the deposits as their cash reserves. So this banking experience has told us that everyone who is a customer of the bank do not come at one point of time to withdraw their full amount of money on a particular day. No, it never happens. And at the same time, we know that there is every day deposits taking place, there is withdrawing taking place. So the bank has always enough of money to keep. So that is why it keeps only a part of the money as a deposit of as a cash reserve. Now, with this example, it is clear how credit creation takes place. But now a very important point you have to write down over here, which says lower the LRR, please write it down, lower the LRR, higher will be the value of the money multiplier. Higher the value of the money multiplier, and more of money creation. So lower the LRR, higher the value of money multiplier, and more money creation. So in this case, suppose our LRR is 20%, make it 10% and 10% will be 100 upon 10. That is equal to higher the rate of value multiplier 10 times. Okay, so 10,000 and 10 will make it 1 lakh, isn't it? And that gives us more money creation. So the lower the LRR, higher the value of the money multiplier. Here it was 20, LRR was 20, it gives us 5 times the amount. Lower it to 10, 10 times the 10 times the amount of money, the value of the money multiplier, and so we'll have more of the money creation. So this is something very important to remember. Lower the LRR, higher the value of the money multiplier, and more will be the money creation, and vice. Any problem till here, children? Anyone? Not? Stop till here. Continue.